Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Blessings, everybody. Just a quick stream to say hello to my um, subscribers that I have and to any new people, too. Hello, hello. Just a stream just to get to know everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm on my other phone. But hello, everybody. How's your day going? How's your weather where you live? In Tennessee, there's been some devastation, a lot of loss of life. So prayers up right now for Tennessee. So anybody that lives in Tennessee or has any family or friends that live in Tennessee, prayers up right now for Tennessee. All right, I'm going to give it just a few more minutes for a few more people to come in. All right, once again, just a quick chat to say hello. Topaz Blessings here, just to say hello to my current subscribers and any other new subscribers. Hello to you. Hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. I tell you what, whoo, this coronavirus is going on. They're talking about this coronavirus. This coronavirus is everywhere. And I had made a quick live stream before talking about the coronavirus. It's everywhere. So we really just have to be prayed up and stayed up because it's here. And you can have been tested, you could have tested negative 3 times before, but now all of a sudden you can have it. I was just watching that on the news earlier, and there's actually a lady that is in San Antonio, Texas, and I live in Texas. I'm in Dallas, Texas. So this particular lady had tested negative all 3 times because they give you this isolation period. Could be anywhere from 2 weeks, depending on if you have no symptoms, 2 weeks, no known symptoms, or a little bit of symptoms longer than that. They've got this criteria, which is kind of throwing me off too. But basically, this lady didn't have any symptoms, tested negative all 3 times, was allowed to go ahead and move on. And once she got to San Antonio, then she ended up testing positive, and that's why it really does not matter right now because from what I'm hearing and understanding, um, I'm what I'm hearing and understanding, this could have started like 2 or 3 months ago. Like they're saying that some people, hello, if you're in the chat, say hello, or even if you're sitting and observing, pop in and say hello, welcome, welcome. But I'm talking about the coronavirus, and they said that a couple of people, not a couple of people, a lot of people months ago went and visited different areas. Just say you decide, hey, I want to go back home, and you live here or there, or I'm going on vacation, for Christmas and all that. They're saying that they're tracing the coronavirus back to basically Christmas time, and that the virus was out back in Christmas time, possibly before, but they didn't know that it was the coronavirus. So, they couldn't have done anything about it. So people were traveling abroad at Christmas, New Year's, college students going back and forth, people traveling for holidays for family members. They're saying basically they don't know when it actually started because they didn't know what it was. So people that have traveled abroad and gone everywhere, it is everywhere. So it's gonna be interesting. The only thing I can say is we gotta be prayed up. Like my mom always says, get ready, be ready, stay ready. That's what we gotta do on it because we can be anywhere. There's only one place that hasn't had a person so far that has tested for the coronavirus. There's one continent that hasn't had it. So it's everywhere. You just gotta be like my mom said. Be ready, get ready, stay ready. All right, I'm seeing some people come in. Let me put my glasses on because can't see without them. Oh my goodness. I see two angels. What a blessing. Miss Deborah Mosley. You know I love you. You know what? You're an angel. I ain't even gotta say nothing else. I know you an angel. And Miss Kirsty, that's my baby. Deborah, meet Kirsty. Kirsty, meet Miss Deborah. Deborah, Miss Kirsty is my daughter. I really do believe this young lady is my daughter. So meet each other, two wonderful people. Think positive. Hi, think positive. I'm so glad to see you think positive. You know what? God is good. I already got three angels in the live stream now. I got Miss Deborah Mosley, Miss Kirsty, and think positive. God has already sent me three angels. Oh my goodness. All right, I know that I'm on StreamYard, so StreamYard has a delay. So I'm gonna send everybody a message. So give me 1 second because I know StreamYard is on a delay. So I'm gonna type these in. Plus, y'all know I'm old school. You know I'm getting old, so take me a minute to do some stuff. Let me send these personal messages out. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. I'm actually sending these from my second channel. So if you see Topaz Unleashed, that's my second channel. It's more of like a family channel with little snippets of me going to church and sharing things with my family. So that's my channel. So if you see the comments coming up as Topaz Unleashed, then that's me too, because that's just my second family channel. I'm so glad to see everybody here. What do y'all think about the coronavirus? I mean, give me your thoughts on the coronavirus. That's all I can really say right now. Think positive says you're not getting old, you're just getting older. Right. Add that on there. Oh, think positive says I wear a mask. Okay, think positive. Do you wear a mask like everywhere? Okay, if I'm not asking too much, think positive. What state do you live in, and do you wear it like everywhere? Like, if you're at Walmart or out and about. I mean, like, I'm asking people what state they live in because I'm in Texas, and I think Miss Deborah's in Texas too. I think. And then I know that Kirsty is in Texas. So right now we don't have like a whole lot going on other than in San Antonio, and I can't remember where the other person that wow, think positive. You're in Chicago. Wow. Okay. Think positive is in Chicago. So what okay, you wear a mask. Is everybody else there wearing a mask too? Like is it like in that frightening mode like they're showing it on TV? Kirsty says, let me put this in here. Hold on 1 second. Like I said, if you see the comment coming up as Topaz Unleashed, that's my other channel. So that's me. Kirsty says it's scary. I just try to be cautious and keep my hands washed. Yeah. And sanitize. Okay. And think positive is no. So right now, think positive. Nobody is just really like in a panic mode or frantic mode or nothing like that. It's just you basically wear a mask and everybody else is relatively calm about it. Oh my goodness. Chicago people think about shootings, they can care less. And you know what? You're right about that because I'm gonna give you a quick story reason why I know a little bit about that. Not other than just no TV stuff. My firsthand knowledge. I briefly worked driving for the DART transit system here in Dallas, Texas. You know, our big buses or whatever. And they brought in contract workers. And my person that taught me how to drive, she was from Chicago. So basically, the place that I work for, they brought in drivers from other transit systems. They were really experienced and brought them here to Texas. My person that trained me was from Chicago. And when this young lady was training me, she told me about the violence in Chicago. And it was so scary because she was telling me at the time that she volunteered to be one of the transit drivers to come down here and to do the contract work in Texas to show us how to, drive down here, and that she was thinking about moving here because she was just saying that the violence was like horrible. So, wow. Wow. Think positive. I have to ask you, like, living in Chicago, okay, are you from Chicago? And I'm asking that, like, because, like, I'm from Texas. Now, I grew up in the country. So back in the day, our worst fears was waiting on the neighborhood bully to whoop your butt. First of all, your parents whooping your butt, but then waiting on the neighborhood bully to whoop your tail, while you caught the bus and went to school and got to school, now that, wow, think positive said. Yeah, it really is that bad. Or it's still bad. So are you from Chicago? You grew up in Chicago or you transplanted there? Kirsty, what's been going on with you, my darling? If you're still in the chat, I know positive things are going on with you. Miss Deborah, Miss Deborah Mosley, I got to tell you something. The weird thing, if you're still in the live, Miss Deborah, we have the same initials. That's all I got to say. That means something too. Kirsty says, so sad. We just have to pray for peace and heal. Yes, you're right, Kirsty. Peace and healing across the world, because right now it's so, I don't understand. Now, I'm going to show, Kirsty says, trying to stay busy. I miss you, Kirsty. Think positive. You are from Chicago and grew up. I got a question now. What is the definition of epidemic and pandemic? Now, I don't know. Hi, Deborah. I'm so glad you're still here. Thank you so much. This is what I want to know, because I don't mind showing, like, when I don't understand stuff. What is the meaning of, okay, I know epidemic, but what is pandemic? I'm going to guess epidemic, epi mean like top. I know that pandemic, I guess that means worldwide. I don't know. But can somebody elaborate on when they're saying, oh, well, it's epidemic right now, but it's reaching pandemic? So I'm thinking, I know epidemic means epi right here, right now, top, close by. Pandemic, pan means worldwide or across or something. I don't know. Somebody help me with that epidemic and pandemic, because they keep getting out here in the news saying, oh, well, right now it's not a pandemic, so people are um getting frustrated for nothing. But that's not true, because it is everywhere. So I don't know, what does that mean, and what y'all think about that? Do you think they really are telling us the truth in the news too? And do you think we should be concerned? Now, I know the Lord, so I ain't gonna worry about it, because I can get taken out any day, any kind of way. Don't matter about no epidemics or pandemics of no diseases and stuff. So when the Lord gonna come for you, it can be mass people, all kind of stuff already going on. So, but what do you think about that? Do you feel like you're afraid or should be afraid, or are you just carrying on as usual? I'm carrying on as usual, because I know the Lord can come and get me any kind of way. I ain't got to worry about no epidemic or pandemic. Think positive. So you're from Chicago. Okay. 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 Hi again, Deborah. I'm so glad to see you here. Like I said, another angel. Think positive. It's hard when your looks don't add up. I will knock anybody out. I will shoot anybody. Woo! Ooh, wait a minute. Think positive. You say. Wait a minute. I gotta read this again. I will knock anybody out. and I would shoot, boom, anybody come at me. Girl, wait a minute. You think positive says no, yes, we should be concerned. Oh, think positive. You keep a gun on you. Now let me ask you something positive because I know you real. Excuse me. Did you Woo, you real for real. I love it. I love it. This what I want to ask now, think positive. Now back in the day, now I grew up in the country. I'm from Texas, so the right Kirsty. Oh my, but wait a minute. Hey, this is real. When I grew up, I'm sorry, I got allergies, y'all. When I grew up in Texas, in the country, my daddy taught us girls. He had 3 girls and 1 boy. Excuse me for coughing. I'm so sorry. But the way my daddy taught us, the first thing we did was we learned how to drive and go out on the gun range. And it wasn't no regular gun range. It was my daddy's country, African American gun range that he had set up. But basically, that's the one thing, he taught his girls and his son to defend themselves, and he was like, if something happened to me or your mama and somebody come up in here on y'all or somebody messing with you, you need to know how to defend yourself. And my daddy was a for real dad. He was like the sweetest dad in the world. He's now deceased. But the one thing he taught us we could shoot any kind of gun. I learned how to shoot a rifle, which was we called it, well, it was still called a 30-06. That's what we learned on. I was 9 years old. And my older sister, we learned how to shoot on a 30-06. Now that 30-06, okay, there was a rifle. You had to learn how to put that up on your shoulder. Then it had that kick too. Now imagine being 9 years old, but we could shoot them Coke cans like it wasn't nothing. Then my dad went on and taught us how to hunt, deer and hog and everything else. So, but this Chicago thing, I got to get back on that. And I think positive, that's why I'm laughing because back in the day, we thought that was normal for me and my sisters and them, my brother to be 9, 10, 11, 12 years old and knowing how to, shoot our rifles. But in Chicago, that's a whole different story. I want you to elaborate on that still for me because I find that intriguing and just knowing that it's like Sister D Kite. Y'all, I got angels all up in and around this chat. Y'all say hello to Sister D Kite. Y'all, this my sister. This is my for real sister, Sister D Kite, y'all. Sister D, I'm so glad. This is only my second live. So, hey, I'm still kind of, feeling my way. Y'all go and check out Sister D Kite. This is a phenomenal, sweet lady, Sister D Kite. I'm so glad that you popping in. I know you be working all the time. I told you when I win that lottery, though, you going to come on up off that plantation there. Because I'm going to win enough to set you free. We all going to be free. We're going to be free and running our own businesses and traveling, relaxing, something. But we going to be free. And I truly mean that. People be thinking I'm playing, but I'm not. Wow. Everybody get to know. Thank you, Sister D Kite. Like I'm getting the hang of it. I'm crazy over here. I'm crazy. Look, I gotta do the best I can. Meet everybody in the stream. It's some beautiful people here. We've got Kirsty. Y'all, Kirsty is my daughter, so y'all definitely say hello to my daughter. And Kirsty, I hope you don't mind me saying that. We have Think Positive, my new friend. Oh my goodness, Miss Deborah Mosley, another angel. Like I said, we ain't got nothing but angels all up in this stream. God is good. Let me read a couple of these. I want to read this right here. Sister D Kite says, Happy Tuesday, sis. Just popping in. I'm at girl. I know you're at work. That's why I got to win this lottery so we can get you out of there. Think positive. At least you went to the gun range. Woo! I was in a project shooting bottles at 9. So you got some real skills right there. Good God, have my Deborah, I'm so glad to see you here again too. That means so much to me. Think Positive says, now I'm 38 with 2 guns, 1 house, 2 cars, red Camaro, and a drop top Lexus. Hi, Chef and more. I need a plate. I want to read this from Think Positive again because I want you to elaborate that. You said, now I'm 38 with 2 guns. Now, did you downsize on them guns? I'm 38 with 2 guns, one house, two cars, red Camaro, and a drop top. So basically, you can drive up out of there, and while you driving out, you can be shooting while you driving out. Oh wait, you can shoot out there first and then drive out. I love you. Think positive. Hi, Chef and more. Look, when I get this lottery, we all gonna get a piece of change. Now, by the time I break it off for all of us, we might only end up with about $500. If I get at least by 5 million, first of all, I gotta pay off some debts. And when I get through them debts, then I owe my mama some money. Dang, then I owe my daughter some money, my daughter's friends some money, I owe my brother. Dang, I owe my sister. Okay, well, yeah. By the time I get through paying these debts off, when I break y'all off, y'all check might not be but about 500. Well, you can take your 500 though, and at least put it towards something good, go out to eat. But I promise you, people be thinking I'm playing, but I've always said this. I always make a notation, and this is being very serious. If God ever and when He ever provides me with a lump sum of money, I'm one of them kind of people that I'll sit back, and just kind of be quiet. And when you least expect it, I'll be like, hey, meet me down the street. Let's go have lunch or whatever. And then I'll give you an envelope and say, hey, I'll talk to you later. And then you like, what's that? And then you mess around, open up that envelope later when I done pulled off down the street and your check's in there. I like doing that. That's kind of stuff I like because I like for everybody to be I like for everybody to have what you need and then some. So it don't matter where it come from. Let me read some of these comments. Okay. Chef and more. Yes, ma'am. You're gonna be part of that lottery. Y'all, Chef and more. Wonderful, sweet lady. And man, and can she throw down up in that doggone kitchen? She has a beautiful voice too. I always tell her she should do a podcast or like she should do something to do with radio broadcasting. Her voice is beautiful. She's beautiful too, but her voice is like, Let me read this comment. If you see me looking down, that's because I'm using my cell phone. Think positive. Yes, and I'm gay with a girlfriend. She's 54. Okay. So is your girlfriend think positive? Is she from Chicago too? And what does she think about the violence that's going on right now? And like, is she like very what's the word I want to say? Okay, you know how when you worried about your family, just say you live in an area that's very, very negative and scary. Does she worry about you? She's like real protective over you. Like how does she feel about you going in and out and I'm saying that because you have women involved, so is she very protective too? And does she do the not the open carry, license to carry? That's my word, license to carry. Look out for each other. Think positive. You look out for her and she look out for you. Wow. Look over each other's shoulders, look over each other's back, period. Think positive. You said that part. That part. That part in my wig. Yeah, probably you saying that part my wig. Sister DK, sharing is caring, sis, for sure. You know what? You're right about that. Like I said, people think I be playing around, but I ain't playing. When I hit, when I hit, not if, but when I hit that lottery, like I said, a whole lot of people is going to be set free because my thing is this. And like people used to, make fun at Oprah talking about, let me say it like this. Once Oprah got out there and was really making money, and Oprah came from a long, long way, then people were out there making fun of her kind of sort of when they were like, well, we want to be in Oprah Winfrey's audience because it was, oh, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. But what they didn't realize is Oprah came from humble beginnings. She always said that. And the more this woman gave back, and there are some things because I do research. Like I don't just look at the outside person and just say, oh, I see that you did this or you donated here and there. I go back and do real research. Like I said, I'm one of those kind of people. I'm real quiet about that. Oprah Winfrey went in, and what touched me the most is when I read about her. Oprah had been building schools from where she was from, where she grew up, for women only and women of color. And then she went in and did some other schools, and then she was everywhere, not just Africa. Like they showed, oh, she went to Africa, and there's an all girls school, which by the way, there was 200 and something girls that were taken from sexual slavery, that these were girls ranging from 5 years old up to teenagers, that they were going in there to use those girls and raiding those villages and taking them as sex slaves. I have the utmost respect for Oprah, so I don't care who says anything about when she used to say, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car, because Oprah did that. Oprah was doing a lot of philanthropy. How do you say that? Philanthropy? However that word go. That woman was out there helping people when nobody else was helping people. And when she showed that village of those young girls that they rescued, and Oprah went up in there and did a school and brought those girls. And actually, if you go in there and watch that documentary on it, it'll bring you to your knees on that. So I'm one of them kind of people. I'm like Oprah, hey, people can say what they want to say, but when I get the lottery, you can best believe it ain't gonna just be mouth. It's gonna be mouth to you. And then when you least expect it, and you'll be like, hey, somebody is trying to send me something. Somebody's asking me, an old friend, to meet up or whatever, and I don't know what this is about. And then I'm gonna lay it on up in your hand, because we can't take it with us. I can't be up in my hearse. I can't be up in no hearse dragging behind me no vault or no money. So when I get some money, the lottery or however God bless me with it, you better believe it's going to be freely given back out. Period. Let me look at some of these comments. Deborah says, see you another time. Great live stream. Bye, Deborah. I think you already left. I'm so glad that you came in, though. Okay, think positive. No, she's from Mississippi. Oh, Mississippi. Yeah, you know what? She probably hates it in Chicago. For one, the weather is different because Chicago. Bye, Miss Deborah, if you just left. Um, oh, I see what you're saying. Think positive. You said no, that part mean you're right. Think positive. You said that your girlfriend is from Mississippi and she hates it. She probably hates it because it's super, super cold there. That's what my guess would be, because in Mississippi is a lot of sun, beautiful trees out, can walk out and see nature. So is that why she hates? Well, what other reasons why she hates Chicago? I can see the reason why she would hate it though, because it's cold there. If she's anything like me, she probably don't like cold weather. And then just if it is a lot of, because it's violence everywhere, but if it's a lot of extracurricular violence, then she probably is feeling like, no, that's too much for me. I want to be in a more peaceful environment. But I mean, why does she hate it in Chicago? Think positive. If you're still in the live stream, it's showing that there are 3 people. Then please just let me know that you're still here. I'm so thankful again that you're here. Okay. My phone says that it's 3:19. All right, Sister D Kite, you got to get back to work, sis. You have a great evening too. I'm so glad that you were here today, Sister D Kite. I can't wait to see your next segment. I love you. I'm so glad that you came in. If you're still in the live stream, can you let me know if you're still here? We're almost 30 minutes into the live stream. Gonna go about probably another 10 minutes or so. Let me know if you're still here. Think positive. Too much killing. So so is she afraid? Like, is she really physically afraid to go out? Like every day, is it something like, Sister D Kite, my name is Deborah, but you can call me D. Okay, Sister D, guess what? Sister D, my real name is Debbie. My real name is Debbie, Debbie. Wow, we got a lot in common. Okay. All right, Sister D Kite. I'm gonna call you D. All right, sister. I'll see you later. All right, don't work too hard, girl. Such a nice lady. That's my sister. Think positive. We are so jealous of each other in Chicago. Really? What I mean, what's the jealousy about? Like just jealousy of people? Once again, if you're still in the live stream, can you still let me know if you're in the live stream? So think positive. You said that people are jealous in Chicago. What are they jealous about? Are they jealous about financial things, or I mean, like, what are people jealous about in Chicago? That's what I want to know. Okay, if you are in the live stream, let me know if you're still here so I can address you. I'm using StreamYard, so from what I'm told, it's like a slowed reaction on it. Thank you for everybody that's still in the stream. I appreciate you coming today. Enjoyed you being here. She's not afraid. She just don't understand. So, okay, when you say she's not afraid, she just don't understand. What is it that she doesn't understand? Like, does she? No, no. Let me let you answer. What is it that she doesn't understand? Think positive. It's probably one thing because it's two different, states and people live, differently in different states, different things going on. Like I said, the weather and just people in general. That would be my guess. I'm still waiting on the answer. Like I said, I'm on StreamYard, so I think StreamYard, like somebody told me, it's a delayed reaction, so it takes a minute for me to get your answer. So the last response was she's not afraid, she just don't understand. So think positive. What is it that she just don't understand? Okay, there we go. Financial, some are lazy and hate to see people. Okay, now I see what you're saying. So basically, people are jealous because if you get out there and you do well for yourself, you're getting up and you're doing good every day, then people are basically jealous just to see you do good financially. Wow. That's crazy because see, like where I live here in Texas, when we see people come up, especially our own people, meaning, our brown people, that for us is a good thing. We like to see, you know, people come up because that means that you're out there working hard every day and doing what you need to do, and that you'll help your fellow man too if they need help. So from where we come from here, we're all glad to see um people come up because that means that you are working hard, you're doing the best you can, and if your fellow man need help, so that's a whole lot of difference. Let me see. They will try to kill. Wow, for things. Perhaps they would try to kill you for having things as if you're supposed to break bread with them. She doesn't understand how we can kill each other. Now I gotta say that right there. Yeah. Now that I do understand because she's from Mississippi and I know people from Mississippi. They are very sweet, loving people too. Because let me tell you something, when we were first slaves, and I'm bringing that up for a reason, when they let slaves go from the South, people went to the North, East, South, West, whatever. People that are from Texas and Mississippi and Louisiana and different places that was the closest places that were the first free slaveries are people that we love, black people, people of color, because once people were released, we went to the closest places and set up homesteads. We value each other. We value each other's life as people of color. We value having a roof over our head. We value our children. So now I see what you're talking about because, like, from where we from, we value life and our children. We value all that. So yeah, I see that. I see that right now. She doesn't understand how we can kill each other like we do. Yes, that part. I get it because yeah, because if you basically living somewhere where you used to come in living in a place where We value people like back where we came from, in the day, you go up and down the road, you know everybody. And then if a family didn't have food or shoes or clothing, everybody pitched in. You go to church, everybody try to get in there and serve the Lord, and we spread the gospel there. Basically, it was tight knit, like, hey, if you coming up, we see you coming up. Hey, good. How'd you do it? Or thank God, bless God. Like God was our root, and then it went into our families, and it went into our communities and everywhere. So I can see, because if you live in somewhere that people don't value life, your own life, other human beings' life, and especially somebody that look the same as you, that's a problem, because that means you really don't care. So I can get that one right there. And that's a hard pill to swallow there. Now, let me ask you something, Think Positive. So, since that part irritates her and she does not like that, well, first of all, how long has she lived with you there in Chicago? And would you ever be interested in moving away from Chicago if she wants to move from Chicago? Like, would you be willing if she said to you, hey, I cannot take this any longer, I want us to get up and move? Would you be willing to uproot and live somewhere else, even though you're from Chicago, if she wants you to? Okay, Think Positive says it was so hard for me to pull her. I thought it was the age difference, but it was where I was from. First of all, where did y'all meet? That's what I would like to know. That's what I would like to know. Where did y'all meet? Yeah. Yes, I would like to know, Think Positive, where y'all met. Because I know that you're in Chicago and she's from Mississippi. So how did y'all meet? Let's see the age difference. You're 38 and she's 54. So almost 20 years. That's kind of like as long as people are mature, that part really doesn't matter, because back in the day, just say like if you were 25 and you met somebody that was 35, they were much more mature maybe. And maybe you didn't have some things in common, because you couldn't basically, what's the word I want to say? You couldn't like some things they didn't know about your music era. You like one type of music, they like another type of music, or you know what I'm saying? Sometimes with the age difference is good. You learn from the younger person, they learn from the older person. But sometimes it's not anything about that. It's just your compatibility. 2 years. So how did y'all meet? How did y'all meet? So you being in Chicago and she's from Mississippi. How did y'all end up meeting? You said yes, you would move for her. Okay. Has she? Well, how did y'all meet? Where did you meet? I guess is what I'm trying to say. And has she ever expressed to you that she would like for you to move? I'm working on that right now. I'm buying a new house and rent mine out. Are you buying the house though in Chicago though? On the north side. Oh, in a grocery. Oh, okay. So you're buying the house on the north side of Chicago. Okay, and y'all basically met in a grocery store in Chicago. She lives in a nice part of Evanston. Okay, so she had basically relocated to Chicago and she lives in Evanston. I get it now. I think I got it right now. Okay. I see what you're saying. Y'all met on the north side in a grocery store. Okay, and she lives in a nice part of Evanston. Okay. And you are evidently living in your home and you're working on buying a new house and renting your home out that you live in. Yeah, I see all that now. You know what I would like to say? I think I would like to say the best thing, first of all, look at your ground roots. And of course, look at your jobs or whatever your financial stability is. But I will say this. This is what my dad used to say, as long as you love someone, you can live in a box with them. As long as you're in that box with that person, you love them. It doesn't matter if you lived on Mars or wherever. He said, long as you love them, you be there for them. You put God out front and you be there for that person. He said, it doesn't matter where you live, you know, the Lord will work all that out for you. So, okay, you said, I don't date my age. I love older women. They are clean, sexy, and they smell good. Well, everybody should be clean, sexy, and smelling good. It don't matter if they are older or younger. You said you learned so much from her. Now, I do know that you probably, that's too funny. That is too funny. You got personality. You told me you were comical, and you are. You said you learned so much from her. Of course, you're going to learn so much from her because, for one, now with age, we do come with wisdom. Now, I'm going on 54 years old. So, yeah, we've been around the block. We know some stuff, done raised children, seen children, had children, beat other folks' children. I'm trying to be funny. But this is the deal with any type of, that's the same as if I was to go out and meet someone right now and they've got so much more knowledge than me because they've traveled the world or they've done things, been there, done that. I think that's a beautiful thing. But also, the younger generation can teach too. And the reason why I say that is because my daughter just turned 33. So, like, some things she pulls from me as her mother, and I'm the older generation and a mature woman. But then some things I'm getting plenty of knowledge from her because I'm like, wow, if I didn't know some of these things from my daughter, I would be lost back in the day. You know how, like when they say, oh, you go in your grandmama house and she got the orange plaid furniture and the same pots and pans from 1970 and all that. You know why? Because we are creatures of habit. And I always tell my daughter, like, she'll say different things about different phones and different, just things I don't know about. And I'll just say, hey, what is the this and the that? Even new sayings. I have no clue. Sometimes I don't want to know and I don't care because I am one of those grateful old school women that I don't feel old, but I'm thankful and grateful to be old because today's standards and times and the way, people are living their lives, is not some way that I want to live. Now, I'm not perfect. You already know my story, my history. But what I mean, some old school values, like just basically loving a fellow human being means so much to me. And sometimes now these days, people aren't seeing that just, regular love, just to love a person, as they are, you know, that's my thing with it. But the age thing, hey, you live and you learn. The older person learn from the young person learn from the old person too. So that goes both ways. That's actually a good thing. Okay. You said she might be older than me, but I made smart decisions with my money. See what I'm talking about? Yes, it do. Young women don't want what? Think positive. Who is these young women not washing good? You cracking me up with that. I'm gonna go back about this one. You said she might be older than me, but I make smart decisions with my money. You know what? That money thing right there. I'm glad that you made smart decisions with your money, but sometimes people doesn't have anything to do with your age. You can be young or old and make a good or bad decision with your money. It just depends on your personal struggle and your personal life. And I'm gonna say that because let me give you this little thing. Let me give you a little bit of history. I was 25 years old when I started working for the state of Texas as a government caseworker. Great job. I worked there from age 25 to age 42. Okay. Worked a good job, had several vehicles, lived in a beautiful home, then met my husband, not my daughters. father. My daughter's father, I met him in college. Met my second husband. I was already well established on my own, worked as a caseworker for the state of Texas, making very good money. Like I said, had been there from age 25 to 42, owned my own home, had my own vehicles, etc., etc. Hey, met my husband. He had a great job. He had no children, my second husband, rather. And all that stuff about the money, I've been there, done that, lived that life. But let me tell you something. You can do and invest with your money and all that, but you can still lose it. I learned that the hard way. I had pre-planned my life and everything and how it was gonna go. Life happens, and I'm gonna tell you, 8 years ago, I ended up going through a divorce, and I'm gonna tell you, I ended up going through the ringer. I ended up losing everything I had. I even had went and became a business owner, was running a business, making very good money, well established once again. Ended up losing the vehicles, selling one or two of them, end up losing my personal business that I was being, making good money, ended up being homeless all in the span of 8 years. Actually, that first thing that happened to me that just started it off right away with the divorce, within a year's time, bam, gone. So my thing is, we can plan and we can invest and do all that, but some things, let me just say to you like this, life still gonna happen. So that money thing, I'm glad that you are good with your money. I'm glad that you've done great things and invested, but sometimes life just happens. Let me read the comment. All right, you said she might be older than you, but you made smart decisions with your money. You said, would I date a 30? Me? Would I date a 38-year-old? Okay, let's see, 38 to 48. 16 years younger. For me personally, no. I'm going to tell you why. Okay, I'm 53 right now. I'll tell you reason why I would not date a 38-year-old. First of all, the mindset of a 38-year-old for me personally, would not be something that I would want to. I'm saying this for a reason, so don't get me wrong. A 38-year-old for me, even though they might would be mature, well-rounded, financially stable, etc. For me, I personally just like, I don't want to say old school. Let me say it to you like this. If I'm 53 years old, I think my limit would probably be 42, 42, 43. Because on some things, the maturity level is not there for some people. And then I kind of just want to be where, let me choose my words carefully. It's just like me, if I was to date a 70-year-old, I would date a 70-year-old because some 70-year-olds still have a lot of energy. I'm an energy person. I don't want to date anybody that they're immature. I don't want to date somebody that they're ready to go on and go in the grave. But I do want someone that you've had enough life experiences. And that's why I said I have to choose the words carefully, because some 38-year-olds have already been around the world and back more than I have. Some are still green behind the ear. Some just don't care. Some 70-year-olds still don't know life's lessons and still doing the same stuff they did back there in 1940, 42 to be exact. So, all jokes aside, for me personally, I wouldn't want to walk around with a 38-year-old, because that would be like walking around with somebody my daughter's age. My daughter's 33. So that, I don't know, just seemed like to me, even though my daughter's very mature, my daughter's a beautiful woman, sweet woman, but it's just still that knowledge and the things that bring you together. I like that good old fashioned old school connection. And that's why for me, I think my age cutoff would be about 40. I would say 42 to about maybe 42 to about maybe 60 or 65 for me if I was gonna, date somebody. Let me read some comments. Oh, it says, I feel you. I lost everything. Okay. Um, when you say you lost everything, It I know that this is a public platform. What what brought on you losing everything? Because I know you said that before in the live that you feel like you lost everything. What made that happen? And if it's too much of a public forum, you can just contact me later, like put it in one of my other videos or something like that. If you don't want to be in a live stream, I understand that. But I'm noticing that that's the second time that you've said that. I was broke after drinking my money away and crashing cars, got sued 5 times in 1 year. How long, let me ask you something because you know I have the personal struggle with the alcohol. How long have you had the personal struggle with the alcohol? And do you still struggle with the alcohol? That would be my question to you. When I got that bag, I was like, I'm not going back. I see what you're saying. How are you doing today? Like, how are you doing today? I know you keep saying that you lost everything. Sometimes when you lose everything, you gain everything. I do want to tell you that. The Spirit of the Lord has told me to tell you that right now. Sometimes when you lose everything, you gain everything. First of all, you lose the world, but you gain God. And the thing is, when you lose everything, which means you lose the world, but you gain God, you got it all. So God has you going through your metamorphosis, is what I'm going to call it, because He wants you to depend on Him and trust on Him. He wants you to let go of everything and lose it and only focus on Him because He's going to be the only one that's there for you, the rest of your life, period. Not, a significant other, not a child, not finances, not material things. It's only going to be the Lord that's going to be there for you. So sometimes He got to strip you of everything. And just like the sermon notes from Sunday, He got to sift you. When Satan asks to sift you of everything you got, and if you didn't get a chance to go in there and listen to the sermon notes from Sunday, it's about Satan asking to sift you. He want to take everything from you, but sometimes you got to go through that sifting process because that's how God looses you of the things that you don't need in your life. So if you lose everything, you're going to gain God and you're going to have everything. Your mom passed away. So when your mom passed away, you couldn't cope. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I get that one. Yeah. And I'm so sorry to hear that. How are you now? Like, how are you as of today? Are you able to cope with it now? Or are you able to just go through the motions? And do you sometimes backslide and sneak and drink or just drink outwardly? And I ask that for a reason because I don't try to hide mine, and that's why some people, oh my goodness, 3 years. 3 years is very recent. So now you are totally alcohol free though. 3 years is very, 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 very recent. And I have a question for you. 3 years is recent, and again, my condolences to you because 3 years is raw. What do you do to cope now though? Amen. You said I don't want it anymore. I don't even want to look at a drink. And you right about that because it's like I told you, it's nothing but of the devil. That's all it is, of the devil. And I can personally testify. What do you do now to cope with it? Because 3 years, that's very, 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 very recent. That's raw, real raw spot right there. And I'm praying that you have some positive things and ways to cope with it, such as praying and calling on the Lord, because Like you said, that old drinking thing, you don't want to look at it. Let me tell you, that's, boy, I tell you what, that drinking is, boy, let me just say drunkardness. That is definitely of the devil. He take that and try to just screw your life up. And what I mean by it, first of all, you be coping and using it and all that. Next thing you know, then you just be like, no, this is crazy. This don't make no sense. This ain't even worth it. And I'm praying to God right now. Matter of fact, I will speak a blessing over your life that you never. I pray that every time you see it, like you said, or smell it, that alcohol just be so repulsive to you that you never ever want to taste it, smell it in your life. And I'm so thankful to God that you have been delivered from it and that God go in there and fill up every need that you have. And you haven't lost everything. You're gaining everything because God is working in your life. And I know that and I feel it. I felt it the other day when you were in the live. You just got to hold on, keep your hand in God's hand, and you got to trust God. And God is going to surround you with angels. He's going to give you the tools that you need, you know, the tools that you need, the people that you need. Oh, my friend. Hello. Hi, my friend, just coming in. Bing Tasbiha Sarat. I know I'm not probably saying your name right, but hello, my friend. Welcome to the chat. So good to see you. Blessings for you. Think Positive says, I'm good now. You have a great support system. Think Positive, I'm so happy for you. You are on your way to something great and something positive and something absolutely wonderful. All you got to do is keep doing what you're doing. And I'm so glad for your journey. You're just not really starting your journey. Watch and see. You're going to be like, wow. And don't let like financial things, don't worry about all that. When God does his restoration, I tell you what, I'll give you a little challenge. It's going to be a good challenge though. So you read, work, or vacation. Oh, wow. Yeah. So you got positive things set up. I want to challenge you. It's not a challenge, but this is what I want you to do later today. I want you to go in and read the book of Job. Job, Job. The book of Job is not that long. If you can't read it all today, starting today, I want you to read the book of Job. And when you get through reading that book of Job, I want you to respond back to me, whether it be in a live or you can get on one of my videos. And I want you to give me your thoughts about it. And it speaks of loss. And when I say some loss to the ultimate, to where I ain't gonna even say no more. Read the book of Job, Job, and I want you to come back and let me know your thoughts, even if you gotta take notes while you reading this book of the Bible, because it's very, very deep. And I believe that you're gonna see some stuff in there that the Lord wants you to see. Matter of fact, I know you are. I'm so glad that we have met and crossed each other's paths. I do know that. You're a very kind person. You are comical. You done gave me some good old laughs today, which I needed that for my soul. You helped my soul today. You're a very, very kind person. You're a very, very sweet person. You said, I put it in God's hands and he seen me killing myself. I said, please, God, help me. And I broke down. I'm good now. You know what? Once you put that in God's hand, you put that in the ultimate doctor's hands. And like I said, if you see me looking down, that's because I'm still reading my notes on my cell phone. Once you put that in God's hand, and like you said, he saw you killing yourself, and you said, please help me. You broke down and you good. Let me tell you something. God hears his children. God not only hears his children, but God knows his children. And God is such a good God. It's just like if I put it to you like this with God. It's just like you have a newborn baby and that baby is laying back in that crib in another room, feet away from you, but you hear that little cry, that first little cry that comes over everything else. You can have your washer, your dryer, your TV going, but you can hear that baby's cry. That's how God is with us. He hears his children's cry. That's what he does. So when you say that you broke down and gave that to God, that was already your recipe for success right there. That is your testimony. And I'm praying and hoping that you take your testimony and that you share your testimony out with other people. I told you that you are so special. You're special to me. You're helping me because I'm still in my struggle. I've cried and broken down to God, but you know what? God got to break me and sift me some more because he's got things still to do, to work with me. And that's why I accept my struggle. Not saying it's easy. I know it's gonna be done, but I'd be like, Lord, I still gotta go through the struggle. He's like, yeah, till you get it right. It's just like your parents when they chastise you till you get it right. I got a call coming in, y'all. My phone's ringing, y'all. I'm gonna end this live. Be blessed.